Hello, my name's Adele and I've got a problem. I can't sleep.
Hello and welcome to Housebusters, a new series about the secret but very powerful forces that inhabit your homes and the ways that these can affect every aspect of your everyday life. Now, each week I'm going to be meeting a homeowner with a problem and inviting experts from three very different fields to examine the property, find out what's wrong and offer up a solution. Adele is an occupational therapist and is also completing a screenwriting course. Her flat is in a former children's hospital where she has lived for the past 2 years. So Adele, tell me about this problem.
It's a sleep problem. I have a lot of difficulty actually initially getting to sleep during the night, and if there's any sort of noise at all I wake up and then I can't get back to sleep.
So does this happen every night of the week?
Not every night, but I find it sort of goes in a pattern. Once I don't sleep one night, maybe I'll have a whole series of 3 nights where I don't sleep, and then I feel pretty awful by the end of that.
So is there anything that makes it worse?
I'm sure there's lots of things that make it worse, like alcohol or coffee or getting stressed, but they're all things that you can't really cut out of your life. So, yes, lots of things do.
Yes, I mean, do you try anything to sort of like try and aid and abet? I mean, you count sheep or...
Well, I've tried taking sort of alternative health things. I mean, like sort of herbal remedies. I don't take sleeping tablets because I don't like the thought of taking them for the rest of my life. I've tried exercise, and that everything seems to have a sort of sporadic effect. It works for so long and then it doesn't work anymore. Not being able to sleep makes the night time very long. It's difficult not to get wound up by not sleeping and to keep your sort of anxiety level in check, because you know you're never going to go to sleep if you start getting wound up about it. At night time when I'm in bed is when I actually start thinking about my script and how to solve the problems that I've got in it. If I need to sort out a scene or reorganise someone's motivation, or that sort of stuff goes through my head, which doesn't help me go back to sleep again.
So has this been going on for a long, long time? It
has been going on for years, but it's got worse in the last couple of years.
And that's when you moved into your flat, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's when I moved here.
So are you beginning to think it actually might have something to do with your flat?
Well, it might. I did, literally even before I'd moved the furniture in, there was a fire here, which I survived, obviously, because I'm here now. My cat woke me up, and I think it's probably due to my cat that I didn't die in it.
So tell me about your flat.
It's in a really interesting building. It was a children's hospital that's been converted. It's a red brick building. It's got lots of sort of facets, lots of turrets. It's got a particularly nice entrance hall, and it gives this sort of feeling maybe you're coming into somewhere like a church, and that's probably the reason that I bought the flat.
It sold you on it, didn't it?
Yeah, it just has a particularly nice feel about it. And then there's a little part which is almost like a sort of tunnel, which has got some lovely green tiles.
And how about your flat?
My flat is in the basement. It's got 2 little outside areas that I've got pots and tiles in. It's got a particular sort of feel about it that I like, a kind of Mediterranean feel. It's got very thick walls, and I've got shutters in all the rooms. And then you come in, there's a long corridor that's just white, come down a couple of steps, and then you go off to the right to the bedrooms. There's one bedroom, which a lodger is in at the moment. That's quite a small room, but it does look out onto the patio. And then there's my room, which is like 3 little cubicles together. It's quite an unusual space. And in the middle part, I've got my computer where I write. They're all warm colours. There's a yellow where the bed is. Then there's blue and green in the middle section. And then there's a sort of pinky colour in the first bit that you go into.
Did you find that quite restful?
Well, I can see a lot of people might say that it isn't restful. I suppose they're all colours I really like. When you're in bed, the blue, I think, is like the sort of blue of the sky. So I thought it was a really nice idea.
Sounds lovely. So how about your bathroom?
Well, my bathroom isn't terribly big, so I don't spend that much time in there. But it's painted a kind of violet colour, which, again, I really like. And then the last room is the living room and the kitchen together, and that's quite a big space. That's got 2 windows that have got shutters on them again, and I painted them this blue that is more or less my favourite colour, actually.
Your signature colour. Well, I think it's about time we let the experts loose on your flat. But first, let's just reassure you that they know nothing about your problem. All they know is your date of birth.
Okay.
Our 3 experts this week are specialists in Feng Shui, colour therapy and extrasensory perception.
Okay.
Michelle Knight is a clairvoyant and can identify unseen forces.
One of the first things I noticed about this house are the herbs at the door. That's brilliant because in medieval times everybody had herbs at their door. It really protects your space. Secondly, it's a number 3. The 3 is a very psychic and mystical number. It's all about creativity and new beginnings. But if you're not using your creativity, it can create insomnia, tension and disharmony. I noticed the cat food here. That means there's a cat, and with cats comes psychic protection and good vibes, so it's a very good sign that she's got a cat. I am so helpless and alone, I implore you to bring visible and speedy help. A prayer candle, I think this may be a clue, although I don't think that this room is needy and alone. I think it's the cosy nub of the house where the owner feels very comfortable. I did spot a cold corner over here, which I felt was very open psychically, and if I was sitting on that couch I may feel that someone was watching me, but it's not that bad. Generally it's a lovely room. However, there is a room in this house where the owner, I'm sure, feels very uncomfortable. This is definitely the room with a problem. When I walked in I had such a sense of oppression and fear and a really cold energy. Initially I thought it might be because this was a children's hospital that the spirits was drawn to these toys, but that's not the case. It's far colder and more negative than that. And I think the person who lives here would have a lot of trouble sleeping, probably suffer from headaches, be a little bit sexually blocked. I noticed the computer over here as well. Not a good idea. There's no way you could be creative in this kind of energy. This place needs a total cleanse and energy shift. Otherwise, there will be no peace for the person who sleeps in this room. Thank goodness I'm out of there. That place needs a total purification. I'd do this with a Native American Indian smudge stick, which is made of lavender and sage, and I'd waft the smoke through there. I'd also get some whopping great big rose quartz crystals, which would change the dynamic of the energy. But most importantly, I would do a ritual to bring peace and harmony in the home.
So did you find that interesting?
Yes, I did. She immediately picked up on the number 3 and said there would be a problem if my creative energies were blocked, and then noticed the cats, and the cat is very relevant in my flat. My cat did actually save my life in a fire.
So she was spot on with the psychic protection then, wasn't she?
Yeah, very. And in the living room, she's right, that is a really comfortable room, except for the corner that she pointed out. I did think that I'd sit there and read, but I never have, so maybe that's the reason why.
So what did you make of the negative energy in the bedroom?
In the bedroom, well, she's certainly right about not having the computer in there. I sort of know that, but I carried on writing in there. There was a murder apparently here in 1991. They found a body stuffed up a chimney, so that might have something to do with it. And also personally, I finished a long-term relationship not very long ago, so I think maybe the conflicting emotions might have something to do with that. And yes, that my big problem, insomnia, she certainly picked up on that.
So she seemed to pick up on quite a few things that were quite relevant, didn't she?
Yes, she did, yeah.
Our next expert is Alison Demarco, who identifies and heals emotional and physical problems using the language of colour.
In colour therapy, the throat centre is blue. There is a predominance of blue in this room, and this would indicate somebody who in essence is peaceful. They have the ability to communicate, and they're also artistic. They may well be a journalist. So this colour would be very beneficial for them and is not a problem. Here in the bathroom, we have some very interesting colours. We have the violet and we have the green. The violet is relating to the head, and this can denote somebody who is suffering from headaches or insomnia. The green is the heart area, and this can denote somebody who works through the heart but who also has a soul problem and therefore depression when the two colours are combined. We're now entering the bedroom area. There are 3 parts to the bedroom area. This is the first part. The pink on the wall denotes unconditional love. The green is a heart area. This relates to the emotions, and I feel there is confusion and clutter within this person's emotions. As we move through to the second part of the room, we have the blue and the green. Again, this is somebody communicating through the heart. And we also have a computer here that would not be beneficial for this person while they were sleeping. We're now at the final part of the bedroom. The yellow on the walls is a very high energy, and it is not beneficial for sleep patterns. Combined with the yellow and the green, this is relating to change of direction, nutritional deficiencies and allergies. It's interesting to note at the moment the cat is sleeping on the bed. Cats are usually drawn to negative energy. My main concerns in this flat would be two areas, the bathroom area and the bedroom area. The bathroom area, I feel very strongly, would benefit from being yellow and green. The yellow would give the inspiration and the knowledge and the energy, and the green for the heart area. The bedroom area, I feel, would benefit enormously from getting rid of all the clutter and removing the computer. And also by painting the walls on the shades of violets and blues. This would help sleep, it would help calm the nerves, and it would also be good for meditation and the spiritual path.
Well, that was intriguing. What did you make of that?
Well, she immediately started talking about blue in the living room and saying I might be a journalist, which was really relevant because I write. The colours in the bathroom, the combination of colours, she seemed to think might indicate depression, which I do have a problem now and then with depression, so she's right about that. In the bedroom, she was speaking about the intensity of the colour near my bed, the yellow, and I thought that was really interesting. That might have something to do with why I'm not sleeping. But I do really love my colours, so I don't know what to say about changing.
A bit of a dilemma.
Yeah.
Stay with us, because after the break, we're going to be finding out why our Feng Shui expert feels so strongly about Adele's bedroom.
This is the worst bedroom I've ever come across.
Welcome back. Now, before the break, we saw two experts assess the problems in Adele's flat. Now it's the turn of Yap Leong, who is an expert in the ancient Oriental art of Feng Shui, which aims to enhance and harmonise the flow of energy in our surroundings.
In the assessment of Feng Shui, the main door of the building is very, very important. As you can see, this front door is facing a busy road with traffic flowing from left to right. And that is very, very bad for Feng Shui. As we enter this building, we feel as if we are walking underneath a tunnel. That again is compressing down onto us and is affecting our energy. On the other side of this tunnel, there are pillars which have got sharp corners cutting into us. Above these pillars, there are flights of stairs which are also compressing onto us and is affecting our Feng Shui. This is the worst bedroom I've ever come across. The occupant is surrounded on all sides by sharp corners. This will cut into her auspicious energy. This means it will affect her sleep, it will affect her relationship, or if she get a job, she will not be able to hold a job for long. On the positive side, according to my compass, she's sleeping facing her best direction, and she's also in the best sector. However, this will not be enough to nullify the negative aspect of a Feng Shui. screens are important in diverting energy. However, these points are sharp, and whoever is sitting there will be affected by the bad energy of these sharp points. Behind me are the blinds. They are also sharp, and they're creating bad energy. They shouldn't be sharp. They should be soft like curtain. It is never auspicious to have a flat below ground, as the energy which accumulate there tend to become stale. In this case, the flat is below ground, and the occupant will suffer from health problems, wealth problems, or relationship problems.
Well, Yap certainly didn't like your sharp corners, did he?
No, and I feel I particularly have a lot of different angles, and I actually like those different angles in my flat, and I have difficulty having sympathy that they would be a problem if they were pointing at people. I love my shutters, I love my screen. There's lots of other little sort of nooks and crannies in here. I'm sure there are lots of sharp corners pointing at people, so yeah, I have some difficulty with the feng shui.
So which one out of the three do you think you're going to choose?
Well, I say the feng shui person, I couldn't really see that that was particularly relevant to me. The colour therapist did seem to find a lot of things that were, but the psychic seemed to be immediately pinpointing and very specific to me, I felt. My sort of sympathy is really much more with her.
So, let's see what happens.
Okay, Adele, here we go. Well, first of all, we're going to clear the energy of your flat using the bells.
Okay.
So what this does is it disperses the energy, yeah? So any negative energy that's around, we'll get rid of it with that. And I'm going to use the salt to purify the energy. And as an
what are you going to do with it?
I'm going to sprinkle it and spray it all around your
yeah,
flat.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get this, which is a lavender and sage Native American Indian smudge stick. And you burn that and you flick the energy in all the corners of your bedroom to totally clear it. And then for the exciting bit, we're going to use this basil and salt again to put you in a purification bath. You happy with that?
Right, yeah, literally, I have a bath.
You have to bath in it
Right,
and
yeah.
put it over your head and everything, and then you're cleansed for the next bit, which is this common household candle is going to be turned into a sacred candle. And the way that we do this is we use this olive oil and we anoint the candle, and that changes it from being a household candle to a sacred candle.
Right.
Yeah?
And does that have to go in a particular place?
Yeah, we're going to put it by your bed. You know that sort of clutter you've got on that table by your bed?
Yeah.
We're going to clear that away and make it the focal point for, like, it's like an altar where you can meditate and visualise like a gold light around your room to protect your space before you go to sleep. And then we're going to make up a little prayer. Well, you're going to make it up. It's going to be what intention you want for your bedroom, what you want to invite in. Do you want to invite in passion and protection and, you know, sleep?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. What was it you were actually feeling in my bedroom?
A kind of very irritated energy.
But to do with me or to do with something beforehand?
I think it's something beforehand. Now, the way we're going to get rid of that is we're going to use these crystals, which I'm going to cleanse and empower for you. Now, this one's a tiger's eye, and that's for spiritual protection. And we also have a rose quartz here, which is kind of soothing and calming.
Yep,
Yeah?
yeah. Are they going to be left here in particular places?
Yeah, by the windowsill and around your bed.
Right.
In fact, probably you can take the rose quartz to bed with you.
Right, okay.
Not as interesting as some things, but I'm sure it will
okay.
do. Crystals work because they like magnify energy. You know, like that's like the quartz crystal in watch and radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just enhance things, and different crystals have different energy patterns. And tiger's eye's protection, and rose quartz is the love crystal as well. So you never know your love life.
Okay.
Make it really steamy after this. Oh, and I'm also going to get the garlic and put that on the windowsills just for, that's for serious protection. I wouldn't always do it, but I think as a precaution,
Right.
we'll do that.
the goddess of the hearth, to bless this room with your divine protection and love. Bring restful sleep and protect me from all outside influences. May you seal this room with your protective spirit. Blessed be.
Right, so here we are, a month later. What have you noticed since the clairvoyant cleansed your flat?
Certainly it feels a lot lighter in the bedroom. It's a lot easier space to be in, and it seems it was probably something to do with me. Maybe it was writing in there that was making it a difficult space to be in, so I don't write in there anymore. And there were a lot of papers about and bits and pieces which have all been cleared away. So it's a lot clearer generally in there.
So did it help you with your main problem, which of course was the lack of sleep?
Sleeping, yes. I do sleep better, and that means at work I'm not so grumpy, and I can do what I want to in the evenings. I don't have to worry about getting back early because I know I'll spend hours trying to get to sleep.
It's improved your social life then?
Yes, it's improved everything.
So do you think overall the whole experience has been a beneficial one?
Yes, it has. It's been a very positive one, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're really pleased we sorted you out, and glad there's been such a great improvement, Adele. Well, that's it from Housebusters for this week. But remember, if you have a problem and you'd like us to visit your home, then drop us a line to the address at the end of the show. We'll see you next time.